Greetings and hello. My name is Adrian Fleischer, and I'm the Vice President of the Harper College Adjunct Faculty Association, also known as the Harper College Adjunct Faculty Union. And this is just a brief introduction and welcome to your Level 2 program here at Harper College. So welcome to the 2026 cohort here for Level 2 Adjunct Faculty. Now, Level 2 is as much a credential as it is an opportunity to become more effective in the classroom, and also provides you some other additional benefits and opportunities as you interact with both people from the Academy for Teaching Excellence as well as your colleagues. So just briefly, my role and the role of the Harper College Adjunct Faculty Association, we're about advocacy, communication, representation, and community. That's really, if you were to boil down what we do. So from the advocacy standpoint, we support your interests as adjunct faculty. We negotiate on your behalf, as I'll get to in a second. We work to provide better working conditions, whether it's better office space, better supplies, etc. And we do that through communicating from the adjunct faculty population to the administration. And many times those communication lines just get severed just because of the distance between the two populations, but we're kind of the conduit between those two populations. We offer representation both on a collective bargaining standpoint. For example, we negotiate on a myriad of different topics: Paid Workers Leave Act, how many hours of paid workers leave do you receive as an adjunct versus a full-time professor compared to a 40-hour person. And those are kind of negotiations that go on behind the scenes, but they're important in terms of you're being able to utilize paid time off if something comes up in your household. And then the other thing we're starting on at this point is the negotiation and rewriting, if you will, what will become the 2027 agreement. We're currently in a 2023 to 2027 agreement, which I'll allude to here in a second. But we are looking at the starting stages of rewriting and retooling the agreement for 2027 to what would be probably 2031, maybe, if give or take, in terms of 4-year term. And specific to what I do as a vice president, if you and I ever connect, you're probably going through some type of grievance process with the college, and I'm the person that walks you through that process or sits side by side with you or jumps on a call with you and your dean or HR, whomever, in that process. And then we try to foster a community where a culture where our adjunct professors are both valued and connected. And to a certain degree, some of our adjunct professors, we'll go back to that. Some of our adjunct professors work full-time jobs and have random assignments for teaching, so it's very easy to feel disconnected. So we do our best to try to reach out to the adjunct population and have them feel connected to the university as well as colleagues within the actual campus. All right, so Level 2 benefits. This can be found in the Harper College Adjunct Faculty Association Agreement, and this is in Section 8.3. And there's a link here in this paragraph if you want to link out, but it's really easy to find this if you go to, or even just Google Adjunct Faculty, Harper College Adjunct Faculty Agreement 2023-2027. It'll take you right to the page on our website, which will be this page here. And I'll do a control click. Let me pause this for a moment. To do the control click from that slide, or I were to go to Google in Harper College Adjunct Faculty Agreement 23-27, it'll take you right here to this page, Contract, Manuals, and Policies, which is also easily found just by using the search feature. And then when you click on that, it'll open up the agreement itself, which I've already opened, and it looks like this. So specific to what we're talking about, and I'll get into it in a second, is the Level 2 program is defined in this agreement. And if I go ahead and just pause this, I'm going to jump back into the presentation. That those definitions for Level 2 can be found on page 30, but I'll get to that in one moment. With 8.3 in the contract or with the agreement, you have several things that are defined in here. You may take a moment to just read through these on your own. I'm not going to read through this word by word for you guys. But what you'll find is you have basic incentives that are defined further down in paragraph 1, where it describes compensation, priority assignments, priority for job interview, etc. So those are all listed in there, and they're basically these items if we were to distill it out. You'll have an increased pay of approximately 5%. You'll get scheduling priority in terms of adjuncts. So your full-time people have first priority, Level 2 have second priority, and then adjunct population pool have third priority. And then if you have full-time opportunities on campus that you're qualified for and you apply for, you're going to get at least a phone interview on that role. You'll have the professional recognition from completing the program, and then also there is just the eligibility requiring to be part of the program, which is 4 consecutive semesters of teaching 3 or more contact hours, which speaks a lot about the person who holds a level 2 credential, because you know that they've had teaching experience as well. So it says a lot when you have that level 2 distinction. And where it matters in terms of just kind of breaking out the process and how it matters to you, it reflects some professional growth. It reflects that you have some institutional engagement, and you're also investing in yourself long term. So whether it's AQ or it's level 2, these are programs that Harper College has in place that allow us to really reflect and take a moment and kind of dissect our teaching practices and become better educators. And then it's part of our professional development process to once again allow us to become better educators and be more effective in the classroom. And it gives us the ability to interact and basically collaborate with our colleagues. We get into these silos and these echo chambers where we think we're so great and we have all these great things that we do in the classroom, and all of a sudden we see what somebody else is doing. You're like, holy smokes, I can do what I'm doing better. So it gives you the chance to really kind of compare and contrast what you're doing and really have an understanding of how maybe you can just do better. I mean, it's really what happens here when you start to collaborate with others. With the institutional engagement, this will allow you to have a little stronger connection to Harper College. You'll have a little better increased involvement with the college community. And, here you are in your cohort growing alongside your peers. So it's a great collaborative effort, it really is. And then out of the process that comes from negotiating things like our agreement with the college are, quite frankly, this program. I think it was in 2018, this program was brought about by a collaboration between the Harper College Adjunct Faculty Association, the college itself, and the Academy for Teaching Excellence. So you had these parties that came together to create this program, to create a structured environment and a process for our adjunct professors to basically progress their careers. And so what it all boils down to is the understanding that professional development is directly connected to our student success, which is very key in what we do, as you know. So a pre-qualification point, I've already alluded to this. I would say when you look at the other people who are in your cohort, there's one common thread between you, regardless of the courses you teach. You all have had 4 consecutive semesters of at least 3 contact hours per semester, telling you that there is definitely some process equity already built in, and you have already tried and failed several different attempts of your class. Like, my classes don't look the same as they did last year as they do this year. I constantly refine my course content, and I'm sure you'll find that you do the same. And as you're updating your content, it becomes better and better and more refined. It's very much like a Six Sigma type of philosophy, where you're constantly evolving your content. So to that end, what's happening is you really are bringing kind of this seasoned experience into the process with your cohort. So I would say utilize it, lean into each other for sure. I can't stress this enough to my students, and I'll stress it to you as well. Make sure you stay organized. Make sure you have a process, and that process will be pretty well defined by the academy, but make sure you kind of keep that in the framework, so it's just not random things being thrown together for your portfolio, and it's not just a checklist, but you stay organized in that process so you kind of understand the big picture of where you're headed as you go through the level 2 course. Absolutely stay connected with your peers in the cohort as well as the facilitators in the academy. You're going to learn as much from one population as the other. There's no doubt. You're not going to learn way more from one population or the other. It should be equal almost between those two, because you're going to bring so much great experience from your classrooms into the learning process. So some other suggestions for success: just understand that with the consecutive teaching hours and the time that you've already spent in the classroom, and with the qualifying criteria just to be in the cohort, there's plenty to share and there's plenty to learn from others. So understand your value and the value of others in this process. Stay on top of the benchmarks, as I mentioned earlier, for yourself, so you don't get lost in the process, but also for the benefit of others, because as you go through this process, you're leaning into each other regarding the different assignments and how to grow and develop as educators. share and learn what you know, build those relationships with your peers, and then also build those professional connections that you have both with your peers and across campus with some of the administrators and the folks in the academy. And use those people 100%. 100%. They are there to help adjuncts hone their craft. You might work a full-time job and you're teaching part-time, and you might not be as effective as you possibly could because you're so focused on your 40-hour-a-week job. Lean into those people to help you streamline the education and eliminate the process drag that sometimes happens while we're teaching. 100% ask questions, seek feedback. Absolutely, they'll be happy to help you. So just some final thoughts if I can get myself out of the way here. With the Level 2 program, it's absolutely an opportunity to grow as an educator, to connect with your colleagues, and also strengthen your role, if you will, and your efficacy as a teacher. So thank you for your willingness to invest in your development. It'll absolutely be a benefit to the students, your colleagues in your orbit, your department, and also the college community as a whole. And lastly, if you need to reach me regarding anything, I have 2 emails that I use, one of which is Harper College email address, which is afleisch@Harper College. And then the other is HCAFA, Harper College Adjunct Faculty Association, vicepres@gmail.com. Just to specify that when I started at Harper, they didn't have enough characters for my full last name, so just AFLEISHE there, not just H or ER. My last name is Fleischer. So for anything regarding teaching, etc., you can use the Harper College one, but I ask you to, if you have any grievances or any issues where you need to source our expertise with the Adjunct Faculty Association, please use the Gmail address. That way it's removed from Harper College ecosystem, and that way we can talk freely. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a great time with your program, and good luck with everything, and I hope you learn lots in your Level 2 program. Bye.